Hello and welcome. I'm Brad Plotkin, your certified hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner. Thank you so much for being here and for being a valued client and member of the Brad Plotkin Hypnotherapy community. I look forward to working with you and achieving all of your goals together. In this brief video, I'm going to provide you with a little bit of information regarding hypnosis. I'm going to explain what it is and what it is not. I'm also going to go over briefly what you can expect during our sessions as to alleviate any questions and concerns that you may have. I encourage you to watch this video before you embark on your hypnotic journey, as your enhanced awareness and education on hypnosis will lead to greater success in our sessions. I also encourage you to write down any further questions that you may have for me so we can go over them before our first session together. To begin, we are going to cover the 4 parts to your mind. First is the unconscious mind, the second part is the subconscious mind, the third is what's known as the critical factor, and fourth is the conscious mind. Those 4 parts to your mind all have qualities and characteristics that you will find interesting, and each play a key role in the hypnotic process. When you are in hypnosis, you are always completely safe. This is because the conscious, the subconscious, and the unconscious are always working together to keep you safe and secure. First, let's go over your unconscious mind together. Your unconscious mind is your body's automatic physical programming. When you are born, your body has an inner knowing on how to operate. The unconscious mind is responsible for your metabolism, your heart rate, digestion, and all of those areas that you don't have to think about. Now, what's important to note about the unconscious mind is that it's slow to change. However, the unconscious can change and it can learn. For example, if you were to ring a bell every time you became hungry, before too long, the sound of that bell would cause your hunger cravings to kick in. This shows that the unconscious mind can learn new responses. The unconscious mind can learn through that type of conditioning to shift emotions, habits, behaviors, and much, much more. Hypnosis is a wonderful tool for allowing your unconscious to change and work on your behalf. Somebody suffering from persistent pains can alleviate those pains through hypnosis and self-hypnosis. And somebody suffering from PTSD-like symptoms can experience physical relief at the unconscious level through the healing powers of hypnosis. Now, moving along, most importantly, the unconscious mind is that part of you that generates how emotions feel. For example, when you experience sadness, the unconscious mind presents those feelings to your body. When you feel anxious or even joy and excitement, your unconscious sends those signals to your body, and that is where we get the term feelings. The unconscious mind can also be viewed as your protector. It is always attempting to keep you safe, and it does this automatically. For example, if you were driving and you noticed a car swerving into your lane, automatically the unconscious would do its job and you would steer the wheel instantaneously as to avoid any tragedy. The unconscious mind makes sure you are safe while in hypnosis as well, allowing for a wonderful, life-changing experience. The next part of your mind is the subconscious mind, and the subconscious is really who and what you are. The subconscious mind is the part of your mind that holds all your beliefs, your emotions, your habits, and behaviors. Long-term memories are also stored in the subconscious mind, which is why even people in their eldest years can recall memories from their childhood. Now let's focus on the belief systems within the subconscious mind. If we have a negative belief such as, people don't like me, your subconscious mind will likely alert your unconscious mind and trigger anxiety responses while in common social situations. Because the subconscious mind's main motivation is to always keep you safe and alive. If your subconscious mind believes that something is a threat or a danger, it will trigger emotions leading you to take actions. When we are born, the subconscious mind is essentially a blank slate. Then, as you go through life and have experiences, your identity is formed and then stored in the subconscious. Your personality is stored within your subconscious. Now, this has both positive and negative effects. Because your identity is kept secure in your subconscious, you're able to have a stable identity and existence, which greatly increases the ease at which you experience life. For example, you wouldn't want to have varying belief systems from day to day. You wouldn't want to change your interests from day one to day two. You wouldn't want to be a comedian on Monday, then an astronaut on Tuesday. Because without a clear identity and a predetermined set of belief systems, your life would be chaotic. The fact that you have a sturdy identity within your subconscious is a great thing. However, the bad news is that the subconscious is typically slow to change. And so, if a negative belief and its emotion is stored in the subconscious, one such as, I am not good enough, simply making the conscious statement, I am a great person and have value, will ultimately be rejected and not allowed into the subconscious. Now we're going to switch gears over to your conscious mind. I want you to think of your conscious mind as your point of now focus. Your conscious mind is your analytical and problem-solving mechanism. The conscious mind is responsible for only about 5% of your mind's functioning and is primarily responsible for 4 areas. First, the rational thinking and reasoning part of your mind. Second, short-term memory. Third, analytical and problem-solving. And fourth, willpower. Now let's pay quick attention to the willpower functioning of the conscious mind. When most people attempt to change their life in any way, whether it be to eat healthier, to quit smoking, or to stop eating sugar, or even to attempt to remain calmer when problems arise, they do so using the conscious mind and willpower. Now, some are able to make these changes using the conscious mind for a day, a week, or maybe even a month. However, willpower eventually runs out, which means that when it does, people go back to their old habits and behaviors. Those habits and behaviors that are stored on the subconscious level, stored in the deep database of the mind where your belief systems and identity is stored. Compared to the subconscious mind, the conscious mind is very limited. Now let's talk about the last part of your mind, which is the critical factor. The critical factor is located between the conscious and the subconscious. You can think of the critical factor as the guardian of the gate. The critical factor protects your identity as it compares and guards against new information that's attempting to come into the subconscious. The critical factor is the reason why it's difficult to change beliefs and patterns, due to the fact that the critical factor is a comparing mechanism. If the new information that comes in matches what is already stored in the subconscious, it instantly goes into the subconscious and reinforces. If some new bit of information is presented and it doesn't match, unfortunately, it doesn't go in. So now that you have an understanding of the inner workings of your mind, let's speak more about hypnosis. What is hypnosis? It is simply defined by the US government as the bypass of the critical factor. The bypass of that comparing mechanism. So the new information goes in and is accepted, creating powerful change right away. Hypnosis is not mind control. It is not a truth serum. People can't get stuck in hypnosis. And hypnosis definitely does not overcome somebody's will. Hypnosis is simply focused attention of the conscious mind that removes the critical factor. Hypnotists use what are known as inductions that allow the client to go through a series of simple steps to easily transition into a trance state, allowing for the critical factor to be removed temporarily. When the critical factor is finally removed, this is when the hypnotist is able to insert what is known as the establishment of selective and appropriate thinking. In other words, this is when the trained hypnotist provides the clients with the upgrades in beliefs and behaviors that they would like, providing immediate change and growth. Hypnosis is not sleep, and the client is always conscious. Clients often report feeling energies in their bodies, such as a heaviness or a lightness in their hands or legs, or even a tingle in their arms or chest, and even euphoric feelings. These are all great signs of hypnosis, as the client is able to enjoy the hypnotic effects. Clients never report any feelings of falling or being overwhelmed, and are never unaware of the situation or their surroundings. Quite opposite, they are soothed, supported, and safe. Now, hypnosis is a naturally occurring state that each of us go into multiple times a day. The most common example is when you may be driving and focused on what you have to do later in the day, or thinking about a recent memory. After a few minutes of this focused state, you eventually snap out of it and wonder to yourself, was I just paying attention to my driving and the road? This is commonly known as highway hypnosis. You were of course driving your car and performing the functions automatically. However, your intense focus elsewhere caused the hypnotic state. Hypnosis can also be used to experience what is known as analgesia. Analgesia is a state where you are unable to experience pain. A common example in your everyday life may be when you experience a cut on your body and didn't notice it until hours after. When you received the injury, you were likely so focused elsewhere that you experienced zero pain. Hypnosis is a fantastic tool for administering these effects. So to wrap this up, hypnosis is a safe and natural process. When you go in, you are always aware and will never be out of focus. No matter how deeply you go into hypnosis, you will always be able to protect yourself. Hypnosis is safe and has been accepted by the American Medical Association since 1958 and is used by many professionals to assist their clients. Professions such as doctors and dentists often utilize the healing powers of hypnosis in their own practice. Hypnosis is a consensual state, meaning the hypnotist is merely a guide for you along your hypnotic journey. All that's required of the client to go into hypnosis is the willingness to follow a simple set of instructions. A common myth about hypnosis is that some people aren't able to be hypnotized. As we have learned, hypnosis is a natural function of your mind, and anybody with a normal level of intelligence and willingness to follow instructions are easily hypnotized. Also, please leave it up to me, your hypnotist, to determine whether or not you are in hypnosis. So thank you for watching this video, as your education and efforts further ensure the success of our sessions together. Please feel free to ask me any questions that you may have, as my main goal is for you to be comfortable and ready for change. I look forward to working with you, and I'll see you then, feeling well.